You're listening to Tehachapod with Key Budge, Corey Costello, and Greg Garrett.
Tehachapod time again, Key Budge today. In studio, I've got Jeff Kermode. And Jeff, welcome back to the city because you are our retired police chief. You've gone on to be the police chief in other areas, but we're not talking about police activity today, but I know this used to be your old stomping grounds here in this building.
It definitely was, and can't believe how the building has changed for the better. That's all great. And you're right, we're here to talk about fun stuff that's coming up.
It's part of the things that you get to enjoy in Bear Valley. There is, you're part of the Bear Valley Buckaroos, and you've got a special event coming up.
That's right. The Bear Valley Buckaroos are a long-standing club out in Bear Valley, and we try and keep the Western lifestyle alive. We sponsor cattle practice and cattle competitions, and we also sponsor play days, primarily for the youth in Bear Valley and greater Tehachapi, all horse-related activities, and we have a big one coming up.
August 5th, 6th, and 7th. You were telling me just before we started that this is going to be a little bit unique. It's something that there's a combination of events.
This is actually the 10th annual Mule and Horse Show that's been held in Bear Valley. It's the second largest mule show behind Bishop Mule Days in California, so it's a pretty big deal. The show has always been sanctioned by the American Mule Association. This year we did something different. Most of the ranch horse events will be concentrated on Sunday, and so those ranch horse events have been sanctioned by the World Ranch Horse Association and the West Coast Ranch Horse Association. And what that means is we have people that compete in all different equine-related sports, and so these ranch horse folks, they're all competing for points toward the end of the year and their national championships and their world championships, just like some of our club members compete toward the national championships in team sorting. So this is the first time our local regional riders can come in and get their points associated with our mule show.
And where are we going to see participants traveling in from?
We know that on the mule side, we definitely have people coming down from Oregon, even farther north. Since we're the second biggest show in the state, and most of the mule folks are also competing for points towards national championships, we'll see a good turnout. I'd say primarily from the Southwest region, California, Nevada, Arizona, certainly going up into Oregon and Washington too.
So we're going to have a lot of people coming into Tehachapi that weekend. That's the 5th, 6th, and 7th of August. What's the difference between a mule and a horse?
Well, the mule is a cross.
Okay.
It's a cross between a horse and donkey. And so then you get best qualities out of both the horse and the mule.
And they're incredibly strong, aren't they? Is that one of the working features of that breed?
That's true. They're strong, they're great endurance, and pretty even-tempered for the most part as well.
Now, what kind of events will they be going through? If you're someone that wanted to watch this kind of event, what are they going to be tasked with to earn these national points?
There'll be a lot of different things going on over the 3 days. Some are probably more exciting for spectators than others, but you'll see everything from English-style arena riding, jumping, dressage, all of those types of things, English-style riding on mules. And then you'll see some mule packing competition. You'll see carriage and cart driving up in the upper portion of the equestrian center. You'll see a trail course where the mules and horses go out and navigate various obstacles, and of course they're graded on how they perform each step of the way. That's the trail course. On Sunday, I believe it'll be up at the cattle arena, all within the equestrian center. That's where the ranch horses will be doing their ranch horse patterns and things like that. So a lot of different things going on, all different ages competing, all different experience levels competing.
Now, if there's someone listening and they don't have a mule or horse to enter, is this open for people to come out as a spectator?
It is. We welcome spectators. We're hoping on Saturday to maybe have a food truck out there as well. And our sponsors have really stepped up this year, especially with economic situation, but we've got probably a couple of $1,000s worth of raffle prizes. There'll be all raffle baskets, And spectators, participants, anyone can buy the raffle tickets on site, drop in the gift you're hoping for, and you don't need to be present to win.
Oh, very nice.
A lot of reasons for spectators to come as well.
Is there a cost to attend as a spectator?
No, there's no cost, just a reminder that Bear Valley is a gated community. So if you're from outside of Bear Valley and you want to attend the show as a spectator, and then we'll give you a number at the end here, but just make sure you call us to get a gate pass.
Okay, great. I'm familiar with the Equestrian Center in Bear Valley. It's you've got one central parking area, and then everything is just a very short walk. Do they need to bring their own chairs if they'd like to attend, or is there enough grandstand seating to accommodate?
If you want something comfortable, it wouldn't hurt to bring your own chair, but for the main arena, which is where the big announcer booth is, that's where all the raffle prizes will be, on display, and that's kind of the hub. There's a decent set of bleachers there. The cattle arena, which sits down next to the equestrian campground, has a small set of bleachers, and there's real limited seating, I think, at the other arenas that might be used.
Are we still looking for participants, or have you filled your list of participants in the mule and horse categories?
Well, it's never actually full,
okay.
So that's a good thing. I didn't mention, I believe there's 150 different classes, and what that means in this show world, the class is the event.
Okay.
And that might be broken up by age, like you've got youth or novice, and then you have masters, so you might
Sure.
have different categories. But in theory, we could be handing out awards in 150 different categories over the 3 days.
Well, that's why you need 3 days to put this on.
Right. And so people can sign up as participants on day of. There's an extra cost to that.
And if people want to get more information, where should we send them? If they're interested in participating or entering their animal, where do they want to go?
The first stop would be the Bear Valley Buckaroos, just like it sounds, Facebook page.
Okay.
And all of the flyers, the registration materials, schedule, all of that is posted on the Facebook page. And from that Facebook page, it can refer you to a couple of individuals for contact as well.
Okay, so let's give that information. So I know Debbie Humphreys is listed, and she has her phone number and email. So Debbie can be reached at 909 area code 908-9454, or you can email her at dhumphreys16@yahoo.com, and they can get more information on participating in the event.
Correct. Debbie's our co-chair. She's the one with the mule experience. I don't claim to know anything about mules or mule shows. But
and of course, I throw the question to you to tell me the difference, and that's always the way it goes.
Of course.
On the horse portion of this event, let's talk a little bit about will they be doing the same events, or is it different? So are there the things they're going to be participating in slightly different?
Well, the ranch horse show itself, that'll be pretty self-contained, and they have a series of patterns they ride in, but they're in Western attire, and it's all related to ranch chores and ranch duties. So if mules participate, they will be doing exactly the same things. And then at one point on Sunday, they will break from that cattle arena and will move up onto the trail course, which is kind of up near the main barns. And horses and mules will compete against each other on that trail course I was talking about, with the various different obstacles and such.
And that is tricky. I know my wife had a horse and get to watch her go through some of the steps going through that obstacle course, and it takes time. That horse or mule has to trust the handler, and there's a lot of work that goes in. A lot of people may not realize how many hours and hours every day, for some are put in to train these animals to do the things that they do.
That's true, because most of the time on the obstacle courses and things, the challenge is it's not something the horse or the mule would naturally choose to do on their own. So, as you said, you have to develop to the point where the horse or the mule trusts you as the leader, but you also have to develop that trust and confidence in your animal. So I know we've got 5 horses between my wife and I, and each of those is better suited for certain things than for other things. And there are horses that we own, they would not excel at a trail course necessarily.
Right. I can totally understand that. I'm envisioning back to when my wife had one horse and it loved to cut cattle. love to be a working ranch type horse. Will there be any cattle involved? Were they a part of that work that they get to do on that ranch day?
Not this year.
Okay.
We've discussed it, and if things go well this year and we have a good turnout as far as participants in that Ranch Horse Association world, there are events that involve cattle. Of course, that's what our club primarily does. We engage in a sport called team sorting, and we have 5 events over the summer, and our participants have the potential to earn pretty good money for chasing cattle for 1 minute and 15 seconds.
All right, very cool. I'm in for this. I'm going to talk to my wife about making sure that we're going to be in attendance. Jeff, is there anything that we haven't talked about regarding the event that you wanted to bring up?
Yeah, I just, again, wanted to reinforce the support from our sponsors, the small businesses in particular. Many stepped up with cash donations. I believe every one of the wineries has donated product, and actually in that raffle area for the second year in a row, I believe there'll be a dedicated display to our Tehachapi winery. So all of their gift baskets will be in place, and there's a nice sign made on a wine barrel stave that highlights our Tehachapi wineries. So couldn't do it without the sponsors, and any money that's earned over the cost of the show will stay with the Bear Valley Buckaroos and help with our play day costs for the kids in our community and help cattle costs, but it will all stay in the community.
Let's further that. Let's talk a little bit more about the Bear Valley Buckaroos, and it's not just about this event, but you're introducing the youth in our community that have an interest into these types of activities.
It's critical to keep things moving forward. As I said, part of our goal is keeping the Western lifestyle alive. So for our events like our cattle sorting competitions, there are dress code requirements, and it's Western attire and a cowboy hat, not a baseball hat, and all of that. And what we saw a few years ago, the club was starting to die off because there was no youth coming up into the club. And so we've got the Tehachapi Junior Rodeo, which is a wonderful organization, but we were looking to try to keep it alive within our own club, and kind of a gap had opened for play days at the Equestrian Center. We sponsor 5 of those a year and give awards at the end of the year. So the Buckaroos stepped in, getting youth involved at that level. Doesn't involve cows, but at least involves horses and Western stuff. And what we've actually seen over the last couple of years, we've seen several young men and women, high school age and younger, start to come to our cattle practices. And in fact, our cash event that we had second Sunday of the month, we had 4 riders competing that were under the age of 18. And that was unseen 5 years ago. So
what's the age group that you work with? Is there a limit to how young they can be to participate?
No, actually at our play day events, they have a division called lead line. So seeing 2-year-olds safely restrained in a saddle being led by their mother or father at a walk through the different obstacles in the play day. And so everything from that level up to 18-year-olds as far as the youth division, but adults are welcome in our play days as well.
And so do we have any more play days coming up this year?
We do. We have one the second Sunday of August, second Sunday of September, and the final one, second Sunday of October.
So the second Sundays. And is it best if anyone is interested in participating to reach out to Debbie also? Or what's the best, to go to the Facebook page, the Bear Valley Buckaroos Facebook page?
Yes, that's the best way. Go to the Facebook page. The schedules are all posted for our cattle events and our play days.
So Barrett, we want to steer everyone, if you're interested in getting your kids or you as a family participating in future events, or want to check it out and see if it's right for your family, because we've got so many new people that have moved in here to the Tehachapi area. On Facebook, Bear Valley Buckaroos, you can get information on that. Second Sunday each month for the next 3 months.
Second Saturday for the play days.
Okay.
Second Sundays for our cattle sorting competition.
Okay, so Saturday, so it's a weekend event, but the Saturdays are the fun days, get the family out there, get the kids involved, and then working with cattle on a Sunday, a little bit more advanced.
Yeah, the Sunday competitions are just that, and we do it in a way that's called a round robin. So you'll have 10 riders, and so in the morning, starting at 9, each of those 10 riders will ride with every other rider, and the payout is based upon your individual performance. Who got the most cows sorted in their 9 rides in the least amount of time picks the first place money, and then second and third, and then we also pay for the fastest team. 10 riders works out to 45 teams, and we pay first, second, third place for those. And then fastest team out of that 45 also gets checked.
Those are some very fun community events, Western lifestyle. And for those that have moved here, understand that the Western lifestyle is a part of our fabric of Tehachapi. You mentioned TMRA with the rodeo. We've got the big rodeo coming up during Mountain Festival that we have every year. Plus, they have all the junior rodeo activities. Again, Bear Valley Buckaroos on Facebook. Get more information on both events, but particularly if you want to be involved and get the kids involved. And then right down the 5th, 6th, and 7th of August, it's going to be a spectator-friendly event. Great prizes will be given away that you get a chance to buy raffle tickets that go into this nonprofit, extending the Western lifestyle here in Tehachapi.
That's about it.
Jeff, thank you for taking the time to come in.
Great. Thank you, Key.
All right, folks, if you've got any questions, send them to us here at media at Tehachapi City Hall. We'll get it to Jeff and to Debbie. Or again, if you want information on the Mule Days, it's going to be Debbie Humphreys, and call her at 909-908-9454. If you'd like more information on what the Buckaroos in Bear Valley are doing, go to the Bear Valley Buckaroos Facebook page, and you'll find all the information that you need on the upcoming weekend events, the fun days, and all of the activities that they're trying to inspire our youth to get involved in the Western heritage of where we come from here in Tehachapi. We appreciate your time, and we'll catch you again soon right here on Tehachapi.
Tehachapod is a conversation about Tehachapi designed for the people who live here or who would like to know more about this mountaintop community. If you have a question you would like answered, email media@tehachapicityhall.com. We will try to answer it on a future episode of Tehachapod.